Hey, my name is Sam Johnson and I am a voice teacher. I'm going to be reacting to and analyzing Super Junior K.R.Y. Phonograph in Seoul, Dorothy. I love how as he goes to higher notes, he doesn't increase the volume. He doesn't sing louder just because it's higher. Because that's kind of how we are in sentences. If we're just speaking to each other, sometimes we'll keep it about the same volume all the way through. Even though our pitch fluctuates, it goes up and down based on what we're saying and stuff. Sometimes the volume can stay pretty consistent. He's allowing that same concept to come into his singing here. And by doing that, he's actually setting himself up to sing those notes easier. Pretty voice. I don't know if he trusts his voice very much. It's a good result, but the way that it sounds and what I see in his neck and his jaw and his mouth as he's doing, it doesn't seem like he trusts it very much. I hope as this continues, it starts looking like he trusts himself more. Yeah, bro, just sing with a little bit more chord closure and all of that will be about 10 times easier. Just a little bit more, because right now it sounds like he's pushing into a place that's already not very balanced rather than just letting it be small. And I feel like if he had his chords together slightly, that would become easier. It doesn't look easy to me. It sounds good, but it doesn't look easy to me. Right there, that sounded easier to me, and that's where he started letting his vocal cords come together slightly. Yeah, get it. So earlier when this guy was going up to that really high part where he went to the B natural, that's a blues note, or it's something that's just out of the key. They're singing in the key of E flat. That's a little bit off. That's where it wants to go. So by going to this place in the middle, it gives it a really nice effect. It didn't look easy to me still. I've heard him in this track so far sing in a better way than he is for most of it. For those few measures, it sounded very easy and balanced. I wonder why he doesn't just hold on to that feeling more while he explores these other places. Because right now, it's like he's taking all the technique that he has that was working so well for that one part, throwing it out, trying brand new technique when he goes to this high stuff. No, just keep it the same. Keep what was working. This is fine. It's just, it sounds hard. I don't think it's sustainable. Nice. Got some depth to it. Nice. So, guy in the red suit, his voice keeps deceiving me. Whenever I hear it, I'm hearing it about a third lower than it actually is. I keep thinking, oh, he's probably just singing an F, and then he was doing an A. Or I just thought, oh, that was probably a G, that was a high note, and it went up to the B flat. I think it's this depth that he has to his voice that's just kind of deceiving me with it, because usually you hear a little bit more high end when it gets up to that part. So that's a kind of cool thing. I hope that he's able to continue doing it. It looks pretty sustainable though. That was nice. That's a pretty song. That's my first time listening to this group, and I think that they do a lot of things really well. I think all of them know how to sing. They proved that, at least on specific measures through this, that they know how to sing in a really nice and balanced way. Sometimes it feels like they're kind of deviating from that, like maybe they don't trust that they'll be able to get the sound that they want from singing this way, and so they change things to try to get a different sound. Or they're changing things because they haven't practiced being able to keep that feeling going over to different sounds. Whichever it is, it doesn't really matter, but I feel like if they started going towards this easier way of production at the top, and they do, I mean, especially the guy in the middle, he was a very consistent voice. He had a lot of control through his passaggio, and going up higher, it didn't feel like those high notes were overpowering him. It felt like they were all intentional, where some of the other times that they went to high notes, it was like, okay, now I'm gonna belt this, I'm gonna hit this high note, and I usually hate that, because, I mean, you don't want anything in singing to feel like you're hitting something. I mean, if you're hitting this high note 15 times a day, then that would hurt. It would hurt to get hit 15 times. They don't need to hit them, though. They can just sing them and let them be easy and high. And the guy in the middle is doing that. I wish that the other two would a little bit more, but they have a cool sound, and they're engaging performers. It's kind of a trope where if you see people moving around a lot, like, that's a good performance, but and maybe some of their movement and their like intensity was because it was hard at points, but who cares, because it makes for a good show. I would just like watch out and make sure that you are making these sounds independently from what you're doing with your face. If you have to do this with your face to hit a high note, it might be worth looking at some different options of how to sing that note. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment below anything that you may have learned from this video or that you'd like me to talk about more in future videos. Thank you.